Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tolu, and on this channel I share content all around personal finance, budgeting and frugal living. I show you how to live your best life on a budget. In today's video I'm going to be talking about budgets. I'm going to be talking you through my July 2020 budget, talking to you all about my plans for the month of July and how I plan to use the zero-based budgeting method to plan my finances for the month. So in this video, what I'm also going to be doing is talking to you about my redundancy. I was recently made redundant from my work at the end of June. So this July budget, which I'm going to be taking you guys through, incorporates all of the income that I received from my redundancy pay and my plans for how I'm going to allocate, or should I say split that money up for the month. So yeah, this is literally my last paycheck. So we're officially down from a 2-income household to a 1-income household, so it's vital moving forward I actually stick to my budget and stick to my numbers, because obviously now we have 1 income, so there's no more room for making a budget slip and falling behind and lagging or overspending, should I say, in other areas. So yeah, if that's content that's of interest to you, you like watching budgeting videos and you want to see how I plan to spend my redundancy pay for the month of July and just see how a regular family on a normal salary budgets their money for the month, then please do stay tuned, watch this video, like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and without further ado I'll get into my July 2020 budget for you now. Okay, so starting off, we've got our opening balance. So before we can allocate any income for the month or any spending for the month, that opening balance needs to be deducted from the income that we have available to spend in the month. So last month, June, we overspent by £323.22. So that was deducted from the income available, and then we allocated the remaining amount throughout the rest of the month. So these are our different income sources that you can see here, and then the total we've blacked out obviously for privacy reasons. So then moving on, we've got our spending, so our different expense categories, starting with food. We've budgeted £200 again for food. I know in the month of June that was my budget and I failed, and also in May I wasn't able to stick to that budget either, but I'm really hoping and determined and focused on the fact that we are going to stick to our budget in the month of July. Remember, I said it, so I'm definitely going to do it. So yeah, July, £200, that's the food budget, and we have to make sure we stick to it. We haven't allocated any money to takeaways for the month of July. In the month of June, we didn't allocate any money to takeaways, but we ended up spending quite a lot on takeaways. So this month, we're trying to be disciplined and trying not to spend any unnecessary money in our food category, especially on takeaways. So the next category that we have on the list is our home category. This is the same every single month. There's not much change here. So if this is your first time watching it, just for the benefit of you, I'll just explain. Our mortgage is the same price every month, £1,136. And then this month, for the first time in a long time, we're making a mortgage overpayment, which I'm really excited about. So we're making a £500 mortgage overpayment this month, which is great. And then also we have council tax, which is £132 for the month. So the total going to our home category for the month of June, sorry, not June, for the month of July is £1,767.07. Moving on to the next category, we have utilities. So next we've got utilities up on the list, and with utilities, our water bill is £32.85. We allocated £55 for electricity and £50 for gas, and that should be fine and last us for the month. We topped up around the same last month and it was fine, so I don't expect there to be any issues with this in the month of July. Don't know what I did there. So moving on to the next category, we have giving. As I've mentioned in previous videos, we don't like to disclose how much we give, but we do like to give to different charitable causes. And then next up we have subscriptions. Again, without sounding like a broken record, there's not much change here in terms of our subscriptions categories. So we've got TV license, Google Drive, our mobile phone bills, internet, Canva, which I use for all my creatives and my marketing materials, so I subscribe to the premium version of that. And then Audible also is another subscription that we have for audiobooks, because my husband and I love listening to audiobooks. So that's £7.99, that's well spent every single month. I don't know how I keep doing that. Okay, moving on. Moving on to the next category, we have transport. And so this will be the first time in a few months that I'm actually allocating any money to transport in the budget. And that is for petrol and maintenance. So we've allocated £70 for petrol, and that's about the equivalent of a 4 tanks petrol, and that should definitely last us for a month, because we're not really doing any travelling other than, you know, supermarket shop and school runs and things like that. So that £70 should be more than enough to last us for the month. And then maintenance, we allocated £37.95, and that was because we needed to get a part for the window of our car. So that's why I've added that in there on the budget category. And I don't foresee any other additional car costs for the month of July. So in total, for the month of July, we've allocated £107.95 to transport. Okay, so moving on to the next category, guys, we have fun and entertainment, and I'm so excited that we actually have allocated ourselves some fun money. So we've allocated £500 to myself, my husband, and to the kids. So that is to last us for God knows how long, until I find myself another job and I have another source of income. But yeah, that's how much we've allocated for fun for the month of July. So hopefully we can make that last. And moving on to the next category, we have insurance, car insurance. Again, like I've mentioned in previous videos, we pay that on a monthly basis, so there's not much to really say about car insurance. Then we have life insurance, which is the same price every single month again, so that's £46.62. And then home insurance, again, I've mentioned in previous videos, we pay our home insurance once a year, so that's why there's nothing allocated to that category on the spreadsheet for the month of July. And then moving on to the next category, we have childcare, and there's nothing allocated for childcare because we don't currently have any childcare costs, so I'll move on from that swiftly. And then next up, we have miscellaneous, and we haven't allocated any money to miscellaneous in the budget for the month of July. That might be a mistake, we'll see at the end when I do my July recap video, but at the moment we haven't allocated any money to miscellaneous for the month of July, so hopefully, we don't have any expenses arise that are not allocated for, not accounted for in the month of July. Next up, we have saving and investments, and again, we haven't allocated any money to this budget category, and the reason for this is because our focus, like I've mentioned in previous videos, is to build our emergency fund. So once we have our emergency fund fully funded, then we can go back to overpaying our mortgage and also investing and saving. So that's why there's nothing in that budget category for the month of July. So the next category we have is sinking funds. So underneath sinking funds, we've allocated £381.32, and that is for various sinking funds that we have in place that needed urgent attention and actually needed money put into them and couldn't wait until after the emergency fund was fully funded. No, actually I need to explain this the other way around. Drink some water, my throat is dry. So in the month of July, following being made redundant, obviously, I was able to send quite a lot of money to my emergency fund, which means that we now have our 6 months emergency fund fully funded, which is amazing. So it means now any additional money we get, we can start going back to mortgage overpayments and saving and investing and really trying to build upon the foundation in which we've now set for ourselves. So it's good and positive news, really. And then finally, sinking funds. Our sinking funds, we added £381 to the sinking funds, and that was basically the additional money we had left over once we did our emergency fund and allocated all the rest of the redundancy pay. So yeah, that's literally it. All of that budgeting and the balance is zero. So I'm hoping that for the month of July we can actually stick to budget and actually stick to the different budget categories and not overspend in any areas. Looking back on June's budget, I can see that my biggest problem area is the food budget. I'm always overspending in the food categories, and I'm really determined in the month of July not to let history repeat itself and actually stick to my food budget. So things that I'm planning to do that I'm hoping will help me with that is things like meal planning and meal prepping. That's something that I was doing really well back in March, April, but since lockdown I haven't been doing it as effectively. But I really want to get back on top of that whole meal prepping and meal planning, because it really does make a difference with the budgeting. I'm also going to go back to the market. So before lockdown I used to go to the fruit and veg market and get all my produce from there, because you get so much more for your money at a lower price, and the quality is like uncomparable. Like you can't compare the quality that you get at the market to what you get in Aldi. So yeah, this month I want to go back to the market and get my fresh fruit and veg from there, so that I can save money in the food budget that way. And also another thing that I want to do is start using up stuff that we have in the house. So in the food cupboard and in the freezer, I do have quite a bit of food that I've had for months, and I think now is the time to actually start getting through that stuff rather than keep on adding new stuff to it every other week. It's better to just kind of get rid of all the stuff that I have in my cupboard so that I can stick to my food budget, at least in the month of July anyway. So yeah, watch this space guys, and hopefully I can actually do what I say I'm going to do. And yeah, with that being said, that is literally it for this budgeting video. So I've talked through how I plan to spend my money for the month of July. I've talked through all our budget plans. I've talked through how I plan to spend my redundancy pay. And yeah, that is literally it for this video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, like I've said before, just leave them in the comment section below, or you can even email me at info@tollyfrimpong.com and I'll definitely get back to you. If you're not yet following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram at tollyfrimpong. I'm a lot more active on there. I post on my stories nearly every day. I post on my feed daily as well. So you'll get a lot more engagement with me from there, and you'll get quicker responses to any queries you have via Instagram. So yeah, check me out on Instagram and give me a follow. Let me know if you've come through from YouTube as well, so that would be good to know that you've come from YouTube to Instagram. And that's literally it for this video guys. If you found this video useful, interesting, engaging, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're yet to do so. Share this video with a friend who needs help with budgeting and you think will benefit from this content. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care, bye.